And we're back
Hello, everyone.
with a review of Targi and Targi the expansion, which is an expansion.
Of the expansion.
Right.
The
Okay.
Targi.
So, what did you think of the game?
I like the base game.
Mhm.
I like the expansion. I wonder if it's like, is it a whole thing or is it like modules you can take in and out?
Interesting. It doesn't say so in the rules. The only thing, the only variant it talks about in the rules is the fact that you could either mix and match between the tribe cards or put them all together or whatever. As long as you keep the balance of the icons themselves, you're okay. But that's the only thing. And you're mentioning this because probably you like some of the components, some of the modules better than others.
I think that it's a bit too interesting if you only add expansion cards. Like, you need to have some sort of balance between fairly bland and predictable cards and cards that are like 4 paragraphs of reading.
Yeah.
I think that games work better when you have a balance, and because we only put the tribe cards, then it felt a bit. The expansion tribe cards felt a bit weird. Also, I'm a bit underwhelmed by the sand dunes. I was underwhelmed last time too. I mean, it's nice for those occasions where you need something to save you, or you just got fakakte.
Tribal cards in the middle.
Yeah.
Or cards in the middle in general.
So it's nice to have the extra option, but I rarely find myself actually going for them. Anyhow, as I said, I like the base game. I like the expansion. It's a really fun 2-player experience. You're sorting the game, but I know you like it. You're giving me mixed messages here.
It's
like, I know Idan likes the game.
Yes. Okay. No, you're right.
Anyhow, let's go back. Art and components are nice. Nothing to write home about. Just cute. I would be happy if they put a bit of extra effort into removing the text from the cards. I would love to recommend this to people who are not
as English
fluent as we are.
Well, yeah. No, you're right. There's a lot of text. I mean, this is frightening.
Yeah, there's
especially from reading it across the room, across the table and so on.
And they got some of the stuff across really easily with iconography. It's not that simple; just requires putting the effort.
Yeah.
I also think this would be a really fun game for younger kids who are just getting into the hobby, because it feels impactful and it feels deep, but it's not that complex. So. Really great game for 8, 12, 10-year-olds that you want to just sit down and play with them. It's also a fun 2-player experience because you are in each other's face constantly, but it's not as big of a deal. It doesn't feel abrasive. If I took an option from you, then I rarely did it intentionally. I rarely did it to deprive you of something. And you will have a chance to get it next time. You have the Fata Morgana. You have the abilities. You just have to work a bit harder. It's not a big deal, but it does feel like you're playing with someone.
Yes.
So that's, to me, very, very positive. Yeah.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
So in terms of art and components, I think that it's nice. I wish these were bigger. The water tiles, and this is really annoying because I think they're all the same size or almost the same.
Exactly the same size.
Exactly the same size, and the number is really small, so that's annoying.
This wasn't a Kickstarter game.
No.
The production value is very 2010, which is fine.
Which is fine, yes. Other than that, I really like it. The fact that I'm talking about the base game, the fact even in the base game, by the way, we have some special abilities. Not all of them.
All of the cards are either an additional bonus for an additional cost or a special ability.
Right.
And the base game has a lot of bland cards, which makes some things, like the one with cards with no abilities, a bit more potent. I think it works best if you combine the two. Go on.
And I do like the tic-tac-toe nature of the game, where you need to find intersections. So that's very interesting and unique. And I think the rest of the mechanisms sort of fall in place. The round tracker, the blocker, the raids. everything sort of keeps you in pace to I don't know, to continue with the general sort of flow of the game.
Yeah.
I really like, another very interesting thing is that we control the tribes and the goods, so they always balance themselves. So we take a lot of goods, there will be no additional goods in the next round, and vice versa. So that's also really interesting. In terms of the expansion, I would buy it. Definitely, there's a lot of punch in the base game, so you don't have to buy them both at the beginning. If you spend a decent amount of time with the base game, then definitely get the expansion.
Yeah, it adds a lot.
Yeah, I don't have any bad things to say about it. I wouldn't want to play base Targi, I think, because it's really kind of not a big change. And I do like the new cards and everything. They add a little bit more nuance to the game, which I like. I do like the Targi. I don't know why. It's just more resources. And it, again, paints one additional action spot as a little bit better, so that's always an interesting decision to make. And the sand dunes, they're okay. I mean, the fact that they don't replenish means that you know what cards will be available for the next sort of quarter of the game.
Can plan, yeah.
And they're not situational, at least not too much. As you saw in this playthrough, the cards that we got at the beginning of the game were situational in the sense that they required us to have some tribe cards already, but that's forgiven in my view. So yeah, overall it's a very good game. Again, 2-player only, obviously. We tend to not play a lot of 2-player games, but this one I think is an exception. So yeah, very, very recommended game.
Yeah, it's adorable, it's fun to play, and I'd be happy if someone made a mat for this.
Yeah.
Instead of the cards on the border, so you can play it on flights when, the skies are open again. I made myself sad.
Okay. Yeah, I guess an app would make sense first, but sure.
That's also a good idea, but, some people like their physical components.
Yeah.
Anywho, highly recommended from both of us if you're looking for something that's heavier for 2 players. It's not a heavy game by any stretch of the imagination, but when it comes to 2-player games, it's strategic, it's impactful, has a lot of depth, not too much complexity, which is great. So yeah, highly recommended. Try the base game. If you like it, get the expansion as well.
Okay. And with that, I think that we'll wrap things up, and we hope you enjoyed this review. And links down below for the overview and the extended playthrough, and the full playthrough actually. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.